What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jackson. I'm still recovering from that Bengals game, so my voice isn't all the way there, but it's getting there. Power's here, and today we are recapping Wild Card Weekend. So basically, how this is gonna work is we're gonna go over my predictions, see how many I got right, see how many I got wrong, and then preview the next matchups. I will have my prediction video for divisional round up on Friday, so just be on the lookout for that. But today, we're just going to talk about Wildcard Weekend. So, the first game of Wildcard Weekend that happened was the 49ers and the Seahawks. And this game, I got very wrong. I picked the Seahawks to win, and they didn't even come close. I was trying to do an upset pick, and it didn't work. And, I'm tired of people saying that I make terrible predictions.
Why? Because it's not true?
Oh, no, it's true. I'm just tired of hearing it. Makes me want to say some more stupid shit. But, yeah, it was a really good game in the first half. Seattle was actually up by 1 at halftime. It was 17-16 at halftime. But then in the second half, the 49ers got their shit together. Their offense really started to turn up, and then the Seahawks started to panic, it seemed like, and they were just making a lot of dumb decisions, committing bad penalties. Geno Smith was throwing very bad picks, and it was like the moment just became too big for him, because it was. But the Seahawks weren't even supposed to make the playoffs, so the fact that they made the playoffs and actually competed for a little bit, that's something to be proud of, and a lot of Seahawks fans aren't too mad about it. And they have a good draft pick this year. I think they're top 5 potentially. I don't remember, but yeah, they're top 5. They're at number 5 because the Broncos are terrible. So in reality, it's a good season for the Seahawks. They got a lot to look forward to. They got top 5 draft pick, and they just made the playoffs. Like, they got next year, they're probably going to be a pretty dangerous team if I had to guess, but yeah, I wasn't even close to getting that one right. But, you win some, you lose some. But that's neither here nor there. The next game that happened was the Jaguars and the Chargers on Saturday night. And the Chargers had a 27-point lead. They were up 27-0. But then the Jags scored right before halftime. And then it was 27-7. And then Trevor Lawrence showed that he has a huge penis, because he came back and he started lighting up the Charger defense, because he had 4 picks in the first half. But in the second half, he played one of the best halves of his career. He was dotting up the defense and led his team back, and they won on a game-winning field goal, and they won 31-30, and they completed the third largest comeback in playoff history behind my Colts in 2013. Coming back from 28 down against the Kansas City Chiefs, and of course the Oilers coming back from 32 down against wasn't the Oilers? No, it was the Bills who came back against the Oilers. So my fault on that. But yeah, it was a pretty exciting game to watch. I was actually at work for the first half, and when it was 27-0, we shut it off. We were done watching it, and then I got home, saw the Jags had scored before halftime, and I watched the Jags come back, because I never give up on a game. The only reason they got shut off while I was at work is because the guys wanted to get shut off. But no, I wanted to keep watching the game. And I'm glad I did, because I got to see a pretty cool comeback. And maybe, just maybe, people will stop talking about 33-0. But anyway, it was a great game all around. But then we moved to the Sunday slate. The Bills took on the Dolphins, and the Bills early looked like they were going to boat race them. They went up 17-0 pretty quickly, but the Dolphins didn't go away. They fought. Their defense really kept them in the game. They were making a lot of plays. They had a touchdown that they scored on a scoop and score. They had 2 picks, and they were putting them in position, but they had Skylar Thompson playing quarterback, who was 18 of 45. So yeah, he didn't do too well, but luckily for them, Josh Allen didn't play that well either. But the Bills did scrape by. They got a victory. They won 34-31. So that prediction was right. Also, my Jags prediction was right too. So yeah, I got both of those games right. I forgot to mention that on the Jags game, but I did get that one right. And I got the Bills game right too. It wasn't what I thought, though. I said Bills by 1,000,000. They only won by 3. If the Dolphins had Tua, Dolphins definitely would have won that game. But They didn't, and we don't talk about what ifs. We talk about what happened, and the Bills got the victory. So the game that happened after that was the Vikings and the Giants, which was a game that we all thought could go either way, and it was a game that could have went either way. It was back and forth. It was a very exciting game to watch, but I had to watch that on the way to Cincinnati because, of course, we were driving up. If you saw my vlog, we drove up there and we watched the game in the car for the most part until we got into the stadium. And then we got into the stadium and found out that the Giants had ended up pulling it off. They ended up winning their game 31-24. And I didn't see the fourth down play till after we left the game in Cincinnati, but it was a 4th and 8 that Kirk Cousins threw a check down on, and it just was not good. He shouldn't have done that, but you know what? At the end of the day, he's made good plays all season. He was under pressure, and that was the only place he could throw it to. It was a bad play call. When you need 8 yards with the season on the line, there should not be a check down. It's you get 8 yards or you throw it up and try to get 8 yards. Like, you don't let there be a check down because the quarterback will go to the check down if he has nothing else to go to. And when you need 8 yards, a check down is not the way to go in that situation. But the Vikings season comes to an end. I knew that their whole close game crap was going to come back to bite them at some point. But I did get this game wrong, actually, in my predictions. I picked the Vikings, and the Giants ended up getting the victory. So good on them. They're going to Philadelphia next week to take on the Eagles. And the final game of Sunday was the Ravens taking on the Bengals. And as you guys saw from my vlog, if you guys watched it, I was at that game. I was rooting for the Bengals because my friend is a Bengals fan, but I was mostly going for the time, and I'm a Colts fan. But it was a lot of fun to go to that. But the Bengals pulled it off. It was a really exciting game. They basically won because of the Sam Hubbard 98-yard scoop and score. And that's why I don't have a voice, because that play alone took my voice out. But yeah, it was a super fun atmosphere to be at. And the Ravens did lose. They probably would have won if they had Lamar Jackson playing, but they couldn't get it done. Their defense kept them in the game because Joe Burrow did not play his best game, but he did enough, and the defense bailed him out, as I was hearing from all the Bengals fans in the stadium. The defense once again bailed him out because the defense pretty much bailed them out a lot last year in the playoffs too. But yeah, it was a really fun game to be at, and the Ravens came up short, and the Bengals moved on. Now they're going to take on the Bills in Buffalo this weekend. But that was it for the Sunday games. Then there was a game on Monday night, and this game between the Buccaneers and Cowboys sucked. It was very bad. It was so bad that the Cowboys kicker missed 4 extra points, and they won by 3 scores. The Cowboys won by 3 scores, and their kicker missed 4 extra points. Yeah, I don't know if we've seen the last of Tom Brady, but I did get this game right in my predictions. I got the Bengals game right too. And so overall in my predictions, I really don't have much to say about the Buccaneers and Cowboys game. It wasn't that good, but the Cowboys got it done. They looked like a good playoff team that they can be, and they're going to take on the 49ers next weekend. So that should be interesting. So the matchups for divisional round weekend is the Bengals taking on the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Then there's the Chiefs that are hosting because they're the 1 seed, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in Kansas City. Then on the NFC side of things, the 49ers have a home playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Eagles, who are the 1 seed, have their home playoff game against the New York Giants. So it should be a pretty exciting divisional round weekend. Like I said, the prediction videos for that will be up on Friday. But for wildcard weekend, my final predictions, I went 4-2. I got the Bengals, the Bills, the Jags, and the Cowboys games right. And I got the 49ers and the Giants games wrong. So 4-2, that's pretty good. Last year I went perfect on my wild card round, so I was hoping for that again this year, but it didn't happen. But this week I will go perfect with the divisional round. So it should be fun. It should be exciting. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And turn on the bell notifications. And follow everything in the description box. See you guys next time. Bye.